Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. It's a new week, Chelsea play this weekend. So if you're excited for that, please hit the like button on this video, subscribe to GBFC if you are new around here and haven't already done so. It is a late filming session for me today, still on my own little international break holiday, but today we're going to be talking Manu Koné, we're going to be talking Romeo, Lavia, Declan Rice, and of course, Thomas Tuchel, who is the new Bayern Munich manager. Slightly worrying stories coming out regarding Thomas Tuchel because no matter what we think about whether or not it was the right decision for his career at Chelsea to end, we've got a new kitten, by the way. So if you hear the cat meowing, there's two cats in the Benson household now. When Thomas Tuchel left, there were some people that were so sick of the football that we were playing that it was well believed that Thomas Tuchel should have left Chelsea. And then when you look at the early stages of Graham Potter, everyone was like, 2 wins against Milan. We were going out the Champions League a couple of weeks ago. Everyone thought the decision was vindicated. Fast forward again a couple of months, and then I and many others were calling for the head of Graham Potter. It's funny how football works. Now all of a sudden, Thomas Tuchel has taken over at Bayern Munich, and there are some Chelsea fans who apparently like Thomas Tuchel more than they like the club, who have decided now that they want to jump ship to Bayern Munich. Hallelujah. We don't need those kind of fans at Chelsea Football Club. If you support a manager over the club, this is not for you. Thomas Tuchel has approached Chelsea Football Club for Anthony Barry. You remember, Anthony Barry came in, and the reason we brought in Anthony Barry was to help Chelsea get better at defending and attacking set pieces. Now, I don't know about you, but other than the Wesley Fofana goal against Leeds, when was the last time we ever looked as though we were going to see profits in front of goal from attacking a corner? And I don't know about you, but our defending of set pieces has done nothing but deteriorate over the course of the last year. So Anthony Barry, wanted by Tuchel to be part of his backroom staff at Bayern Munich. The issue with this is Thomas Tuchel has gone public with this. Now, in football, when a manager is interviewed, quite often the answers are very diplomatic. With Thomas Tuchel, he made it absolutely no secret whatsoever that he wanted Anthony Barry from Chelsea to be part of his coaching staff at Bayern Munich. I'm not going to lie to you. As Thomas Tuchel, you wouldn't really care about the perception from Chelsea Football Club of how you speak about them publicly in the media, considering you fired Thomas Tuchel. Chelsea fired Tuchel, and now we're coming out here and saying that we are disappointed that Tuchel has publicly come and tried to get one of our backroom staff members that Graham Potter's working with to go and work with him at Bayern Munich. Now, at the moment, Chelsea have received an approach from Bayern Munich for Anthony Barry, but the club are disappointed with Tuchel for making his interest public, and as of right now, there hasn't been any compensation offered that we know of in order for Anthony Barry to go and basically sign for Bayern Munich. He's not a player, but still, backroom staff or not, Chelsea are not happy that this is what Tuchel has done. I think that we can't expect anything less. If you expected Thomas Tuchel to be 110% respectful when he had no idea that Nagelsmann was going to get sacked, and he gets the phone call from Bayern Munich, and all of a sudden, it's too good for him to refuse. If you've seen the early comments from Tuchel at Bayern Munich, you can understand why he's taken that job. But at the same time, don't expect respect from a man who you fired after he leads you to European glory. So, no love lost there. The way that this goes deeper is Thomas Tuchel doesn't just want Anthony Barry. Rumours are there are 4 players that Thomas Tuchel wants to sign for Bayern Munich from Chelsea. One of which is Edouard Mendy, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and the final player is Christian Pulisic. With Thomas Tuchel, a lot of the Chelsea players that we have just mentioned there, Pulisic, Havertz, Mount and Mendy, a lot of them could be leaving. I think Kai Havertz at the moment is playing himself back into contention to stay at Chelsea. I think a lot of people at the club will want Kai Havertz to stay. With Mount, it's simple, contract, sign it, don't sign it, stay, go. With Pulisic, it's probably likely that he leaves, and a move back to the Bundesliga if Thomas Tuchel's knocking on the door, Christian Pulisic, I'm sure, would jump at the chance, as would Edouard Mendy, if the manager he won the Champions League with is interested, and Graham Potter obviously sees Edouard Mendy right now as Chelsea's number 2. So keep an eye on this one over the course of the next few months leading into the summer, because Tuchel is going to build something formidable at Bayern Munich. I'm not saying that it's going to last forever, the way that I thought it might have done at Chelsea, but give him 3 years, there's at least 1, maybe 2 Champions Leagues for him to win there, and of course 3 Bundesliga titles. Just watch this space, it's going to happen. We move to discuss Manu Koné. Now, the news about Koné of Borussia Mönchengladbach is building up quite rapidly. Fabrizio Romano has come out and said that Manchester United, Paris Saint-Germain and Chelsea are the ones following and most interested in signing Manu Koné this summer. Now, when we also see Ben Jacobs' exclusive column, he has spoken about Chelsea still wanting Declan Rice as a priority. Romeo Lavia is also admired by Chelsea Football Club, and of course with Joe Shields working previously at Southampton. This one looks as though it could be something that could be getting done. Chelsea have obviously made all of these background staff changes in order to be able to give us the best possibility of signing top targets and building a big squad, a quality squad for the future. Now, with Koné, at the moment, it's looking as though something along the lines of 50 million euros could be the fee. The more I see this guy play, obviously the more Chelsea are linked with him, the more I keep tabs on how he's doing. This guy has got absolutely everything. Incredibly young as well. When we talk about these 3 players, Koné, Lavia, Rice, all 3 with short names, which I absolutely love, and I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea were to go and potentially sign 2 of them. Whether that would be Romeo Lavia at 19 years old. Could Lavia be seen as a subsidiary signing to a Declan Rice? Declan Rice is obviously a bit older, would walk straight into this Chelsea team. With Lavia, at the moment, I also think he'd be good enough, and Koné as well. All 3 of these players at this moment in time, I think would walk into this Chelsea team, whether that is going with a 4-2-3-1 in a midfield pivot. Chelsea really just need to sign a number 6. I think when we're linked with midfielders, it's going to be that defensive midfielder role. Julian Nagelsmann, the man who is now out of a job, Tottenham have sacked Antonio Conte, so Nagelsmann is available. If you listen to what this man says about football, he believes the most important position is a defensive midfielder. Since N'Golo Kante came to Chelsea, Chelsea's best when we won the league under Antonio Conte and when we won the Champions League under Thomas Tuchel, the most important and best performing position was the defensive midfielder. Whether or not you believe N'Golo Kante is a defensive midfielder, the work he did during both of those trophy wins in front of the defence was exemplary. It was one of the major reasons why Chelsea won those trophies. So, to use Nagelsmann's words, and no, I'm not trying to be toxic here and try and imprint little ideas about Nagelsmann over Graham Potter, a lot of people took one of my last videos completely out of context because they looked at the title and didn't watch the full video. It wasn't clickbait, it was simply addressing, could Nagelsmann take over at Chelsea? Would Chelsea be missing an opportunity? We certainly cannot miss an opportunity to sign at least 1 defensive midfielder this summer. Koné, Lavia, and also Declan Rice. The more I watch Koné, when I look at that list I made for the 15 potential players that could play alongside Enzo next season, I made that video a couple of weeks ago. The more I see of Koné, the more I hear about him, the more I read about him, the more I look at the way he's positioned in that Gladbach team and his awareness at such a young age, I start to think that maybe he could be one of the best options. He certainly is. But anyway, let me know in the comments down below, of all of the defensive midfielders that Chelsea are linked with, who do you want us to sign the most? With a big week leading up to the Premier League football coming back, and then April is incredibly busy for Chelsea. I think we've got 8 or 9 matches. The Man United game's been postponed due to their progression in the Europa League. But if you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, please make sure you do. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video today. Let me know your thoughts on Tuchel trying to grab 4 Chelsea players and the potential of Koné, Lavia and Declan Rice. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Come on, you Blues.